Welcome back to Major Misconduct. I'm the Major, Scott Taylor. That's the Misconduct, the star of the motion picture Goon.
Yeah.
Curt Keelback. You are the star. Goon.
I'm the star, absolutely.
I know your name, Sean William Scott. I tend to get wrong.
Yeah,
from time to time.
people do get that confused, and they've there's already been
I like the story you told me about doing Goon. You never met Liev Schreiber or Jay Baruchel or
No.
Sean. You never met any of them.
No, actually, my position in that was as the play-by-play broadcaster for the Halifax team that the Star was on, but there was no game on the ice at the time.
So you just had a script.
Well, yeah, you had a script, but they told me I could deviate as much as I wanted to, so I did deviate a little bit, and then they'd have you do it over and over and over again. I thought I was done. I went in there on a late night to start taping at I think it was 11 o'clock or something, because the Portage rink, the PCU Center, was being used for regular purposes during the day, so they taped overnight. And so they had me read all my lines and throw in a bunch of other stuff. And they said, okay, that's it. So I started leaving. They said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm done. I'm going home. No, now we got to do it all over again from different camera angles. So I was there till about 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was fun, and I saw the movie. They had a premiere. It looks pretty good. It's funny. I mean, the language is colorful. And as you might suspect, any movie that's entitled Goon, there's going to be some blood and guts, too.
I'm looking forward to it.
But there's lots of humor.
Sean William Scott, Liev Schreiber, Jay Baruchel, and Curt Keelback in the movie Goon. Right up there in the
right up there
marquee.
In the headlines. You'll
Right
see
in the
that
marquee.
my name on the those things that overhang the sidewalk. What are those called?
The marquee.
The marquee. I'm really getting up on my Hollywood stuff now. I'm starting to learn. Marquee. Okay.
Speaking of a team that doesn't have a Goon, the Detroit Red Wings. What a tremendous season they've had. 23 consecutive wins at home.
Yeah, it's just been incredible.
And a team that has fought through injuries like everybody else. They've been without Jimmy Howard. They're now without Pavel Datsyuk, and we'll talk a little bit about Pavel Datsyuk in a second. But how did this team suddenly get so good after their struggles at the start of the season? You know, back in October when they started the streak, nobody thought that they were, November I guess, nobody thought that they would be as good as they have been. They have been the story of the year. Them and goaltender Henrik Lundqvist in New York.
Yeah, and probably Evgeny Malkin, too,
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh's been a pretty good story. But the Detroit Red Wings, I mean, here's a franchise that for so long has been so good. And they just a model of consistency in that way. And the slight deviation was at the beginning of this year. You're right. They didn't start off in Red Wing style. They were kind of floundering. And then suddenly they got it together. I think sometimes when you have older players, it takes them a little bit longer to get going. October might be a little tougher on Nick Lidstrom than November is, because when you're playing 30 minutes a game, you've been off all summer, you might be in shape, but you're not already in game shape. Now it gets that way, and now suddenly guys like him and Pavel Datsyuk, and I mean the list goes on, and that's so much in so many ways. And I mean, even when Jimmy Howard went out with injury, it didn't make any difference.
Joey McDonald came in, was tremendous.
Yeah, and they've been known to win before without big name goaltending. And they just keep doing it, and it's an incredible streak they've got going. And how is anybody going to beat that team in the playoffs if they can't win in Detroit?
Well, that's right. If Detroit gets home ice advantage throughout the
They
West,
will.
they will easily run through us. Now, I want to talk to you about Pavel Datsyuk. The players in Hockey Night in Canada did their annual poll, the player poll. Pavel Datsyuk won 6 of the categories. Is he the best player in the National Hockey League all around?
Yes, he is. I've said that for a couple of years, he's got it all. I mean, he can score. He's the best puck handler, bar none. I mean, Evgeny Malkin might be the only guy who can compete with him, but you watch what he does in a corner. He emerges with the puck. He goes around guys. He goes through guys. He dances with the puck, and he has those seeing eye passes where he's not even looking, and yet the puck winds up on his stick. But then the most impressive part, or the part that really accents it, is when you watch what's happening when it's a 3-on-2 going the other way. Who's back? Who's coming back?
Right.
Every time it's Pavel Datsyuk, and he puts in incredible ice time. He's in great shape, and it'll be interesting to see, because Detroit's going to be without him for a couple of weeks, and that's going to hurt them a little bit, because
But isn't arthroscopic surgery wonderful?
Oh.
He's got a knee problem. He doesn't have to wait to get major surgery. They go in, clean it up, and in 2 weeks he's back.
Wouldn't that have been great to have had him Bobby Orr's day?
Oh, my goodness. I saw Bobby Orr's knee in about 78 or 9 in a locker room. It looked like it was something from outer space.
Yeah.
And if they'd been able to clean that up with arthroscopic surgery back in the early 70s, what a remarkable story that might have been.
Might have been the best player of all time.
Yeah, probably.
I think so.
I mean, I certainly had the most skill. When we come back, we're going to talk about the trade deadline. All sorts of teams have all sorts of things that they might do on Monday, and my gut feeling is that nobody's going to do anything major. You're watching Major Misconduct live from the Sal's on Leela in Winnipeg, Manitoba.